Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel, Daily English Talk. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Today we're going to show you a real-life job interview conversation in English that will help you sound confident, professional, and natural.
If you're nervous about interviews, don't worry. We're going to show you exactly what to say, how to respond, and how to impress your interviewer.
Yes, you'll learn how to greet the interviewer confidently, answer common interview questions naturally, handle tricky or behavioral questions, talk about your strengths, weaknesses, and achievements, discuss salary and benefits politely, end the interview professionally.
And we're not just giving phrases. Jack?
We'll show you a full, realistic interview conversation from start to finish. You'll see what works, what sounds natural, and how to express yourself clearly in English. So, grab a notebook, relax, and let's get started with today's topic, both job interview conversation in English, job interview questions and answers, bracket.
Hi! You must be Jack. It's great to finally meet you.
Hi, Emma. Yes, nice to meet you too. Thank you for having me today.
Of course. How was your journey here?
It was good, thank you. A bit of traffic, but nothing I couldn't handle.
Yes, city traffic can be unpredictable. Did you manage to find the office easily?
Yes, your directions were very clear. I even had time to grab a coffee before coming in.
Ah, important preparation step. I always say coffee is essential before interviews.
Absolutely. Helps calm the nerves.
Speaking of nerves, are you feeling okay? First interviews can be stressful.
Honestly, a little nervous, but mostly excited. I've been looking forward to this opportunity.
That's good to hear. A little nervousness is natural. It shows you care.
Exactly. I guess it also keeps me alert.
Good point. So, before we start formally, would you like some water or coffee?
Water would be perfect. Thank you.
Here you go. So, shall we begin?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, first question. Just to get started, can you tell me a little about yourself?
Sure. Well, I recently graduated in computer science from XYZ University. I have a strong interest in software development and have completed a few internships focusing on web development. Outside of work, I enjoy reading about technology trends and experimenting with small programming projects.
That's a clear and concise introduction. I like how you mentioned both your professional and personal interests.
Thank you. I thought it would give a fuller picture.
It does. And I like that you're passionate about technology. Passion always shows in interviews.
I try. I believe it's important to enjoy what you do.
Absolutely. Okay, let's lighten it up a bit. Coffee or tea?
Coffee, definitely.
Good choice. Coffee people are alert and focused.
Exactly. Tea people, well, they're calm and wise, I suppose.
Fair enough. Maybe a little of both is ideal. I have to say, you look confident but relaxed. That's a good balance.
Thank you. I try to appear confident, even if I'm a little nervous inside.
That's normal. Everyone feels that way. And you're doing great so far.
I appreciate that. It helps me relax a little more.
Good. That's what interviews are about, showing who you are while staying professional. Small talk leading to professional questions. I have to say, you look confident but relaxed. That's a good balance.
Thank you. I try to appear confident even if I'm a little nervous inside.
That's normal. Everyone feels that way. And you're doing great so far.
I appreciate that. It helps me relax a little more.
Good. That's what interviews are about, showing who you are while staying professional.
Small talk leading to professional questions.
So, I noticed on your resume that you completed an internship at ABC Tech. How was that experience?
It was fantastic. I worked on a small team developing web applications. I learned a lot about teamwork, problem solving, and meeting deadlines. I also had the chance to work directly with clients, which helped me improve my communication skills.
Excellent. Communication skills are so important, especially in client-facing roles.
Yes, I realized that early on. Technical skills are necessary, but soft skills really make a difference.
Absolutely. That's why we always ask about internships and experiences. It shows both technical and interpersonal growth. I also noticed that you enjoy coding personal projects. Any fun ones you can share?
Well, one of my projects was a small app that recommends recipes based on what's in your fridge. It doesn't solve world hunger yet, but it prevents a lot of late-night snack disasters.
That's brilliant. I could have used that last night.
I could build a custom version just for you.
I'll keep that in mind. That's very kind. Great. Now that we're warmed up, let's move into some standard interview questions.
Sounds good.
First, let's talk about your strengths. What would you say are your top 3 strengths?
Okay, I'd say first, I'm highly organized. I plan my work carefully and stick to deadlines. Second, I'm adaptable. I can adjust to changing circumstances or requirements quickly. And third, I have strong problem-solving skills. I enjoy analyzing a challenge and finding a practical solution.
Excellent. Those are all qualities we value. And your examples are very clear.
Thank you. I tried to prepare examples to back up my answers.
That's always a smart approach. Interviewers remember concrete examples more than general statements. Behavior during icebreakers.
I also make it a habit to maintain eye contact and sit upright. It helps convey confidence.
Yes, that's very professional. Your body language already says a lot about you.
I guess it's half practice, half remembering advice from mentors.
It works very well. Ending, icebreakers, smooth transition. All right, Jack, I think we're ready to move on to more detailed questions about your experience and some hypothetical scenarios.
I'm ready.
Perfect. Remember, there are no trick answers here. We just want to understand your thought process and see how you approach challenges.
Understood.
All right, Jack, let's start with a classic. Can you tell me about your greatest strengths?
Sure. I think my top strengths are organization, adaptability, and problem solving. For example, during my internship at ABC Tech, I managed multiple web development tasks simultaneously, and even when client requirements changed last minute, I adapted quickly without missing deadlines.
Excellent. That's clear and specific. Specific examples always make your strengths more believable.
I try to always give examples. It's much better than just saying, I'm good at teamwork.
Exactly. And what about weaknesses?
I'd say one weakness I've been working on is sometimes overanalyzing problems. I want to ensure I'm making the best decision, which can slow me down. But I've been improving by setting strict timelines for analysis before taking action.
That's a very honest and professional answer. And the fact that you're actively working on it shows self-awareness.
Why this company?
Next, why do you want to work with our company?
I've researched your company extensively. I admire your commitment to innovation and client satisfaction. I want to contribute to projects that challenge me and also allow me to grow professionally. I also appreciate the collaborative work culture you promote. It aligns with my values.
That's great. Researching the company before an interview is essential. It shows genuine interest.
Exactly. I believe an interview should be a two-way conversation. I want to make sure it's a place where I can learn and contribute.
Tell me about a time when you worked in a team. What role did you play?
During my internship, I was part of a small team developing a client dashboard. I was responsible for front-end development. We faced a situation where one teammate was struggling with back-end integration. I offered to help him out and suggested a small workflow adjustment that improved efficiency. In the end, we delivered the project ahead of schedule.
Perfect example. You not only contributed, but also helped your team member. That shows leadership and collaboration.
I believe teamwork is about supporting each other.
Problem-solving questions.
Can you describe a challenging problem you faced and how you solved it?
Sure. In one project, a client requested a last-minute design change that affected multiple pages of the website. I first analyzed which areas would be impacted the most, then I coordinated with the team, divided tasks efficiently, and we completed the changes within the deadline.
It was stressful, but the client was satisfied, and I learned a lot about time management and prioritization.
That's a very professional approach. I like that you broke it down step by step.
Thank you. I think interviewers want to see both problem-solving skills and the ability to remain calm under pressure.
Exactly. Calmness is key.
Hypothetical questions/teaching moments.
Imagine you are given a project with unclear instructions. How would you handle it?
First, I'd clarify the objectives with my supervisor or client. If something is ambiguous, I'd ask specific questions to understand expectations. Then, I'd create a draft plan and get feedback before fully executing. I believe communication and iteration are essential in such situations.
That's a perfect answer. Many candidates jump in without clarifying, which can lead to mistakes. Asking questions is always better than assuming.
Yes, it's better to invest a few minutes asking questions than hours fixing errors later.
I like your approach. Seems very practical.
I try to keep a balance, professional but not boring.
Good. A little humor helps lighten high-pressure situations.
Exactly. Even in coding, a little humor can make debugging less painful.
I'll remember that next time I get a bug. Handling mistakes. Tell me about a mistake you made and how you handled it.
During my internship, I once uploaded a test feature to the live environment by mistake. I immediately informed my supervisor, rolled back the changes, and documented the error. After that, I created a checklist to prevent similar mistakes. I learned that transparency and proactivity are key when mistakes happen.
Exactly. Mistakes happen, but how you respond is what matters most. Work ethic and motivation. What motivates you at work?
I'm motivated by challenges and learning opportunities. Completing a complex project or seeing my work make an impact gives me satisfaction. I also enjoy collaborating with smart, passionate colleagues. It pushes me to do better.
Good answer. Many candidates say money or promotion, but intrinsic motivation stands out.
Yes, I think motivation from within lasts longer than external rewards.
Cultural fit and personality. How would your friends describe you?
Probably as curious, reliable, and a bit of a nerd. I love learning new things and helping others solve problems. Oh, and they'd say I'm very competitive when it comes to board games.
That's a fun detail. It shows personality beyond just professional skills.
Exactly. I believe sharing small personal traits makes conversations more human.
Great. Jack, your answers are very thoughtful and clear. You're showing both competence and personality, which is exactly what we look for.
Thank you, Emma. I appreciate the opportunity to discuss my experience.
And we appreciate candidates who take interviews seriously and prepare well. Behavioral, tricky questions, and salary discussion.
Behavioral question, conflict resolution.
Jack, tell me about a time you had a conflict with a teammate. How did you resolve it?
Sure. During a group project at my internship, one teammate and I disagreed about the design approach. He wanted a minimalistic style, while I thought the client would prefer something more dynamic. I suggested we list the pros and cons of each option and presented both to the supervisor. We ended up combining ideas, and the final result was actually better than either of our original concepts.
Excellent. That shows maturity, not arguing endlessly, but seeking compromise and involving others constructively.
I think conflicts are opportunities to learn different perspectives, as long as respect is maintained.
Here's a tricky one. If we ask your previous manager, what would they say is your biggest area for improvement?
Probably my stubbornness when I believe strongly in an idea, but I've learned to balance it by listening more and considering alternative approaches before insisting.
Good. That's honest, but also shows growth. Many candidates try to sugarcoat or avoid this question entirely.
Exactly. I think honesty plus reflection always makes a stronger impression.
You handle tricky questions very calmly. Do you stay this composed in all stressful situations?
Well, I try, but I can't promise I'll be this calm if someone steals the last slice of pizza in the office.
Noted. We'll have to test that during team lunches.
Challenge accepted.
Tell me about a project that didn't go as planned. How did you handle it?
During one project, a feature I developed caused unexpected bugs after deployment. I immediately informed the team, fixed the issues, and implemented additional testing for future releases. It was stressful, but I learned the importance of rigorous testing and documenting changes.
That's great. Admitting mistakes and showing learning is much more important than pretending nothing went wrong.
Yes, I prefer learning from mistakes rather than ignoring them.
Hmm. Jack, outside of work, what's something you're passionate about?
I love photography. Capturing moments teaches me patience and observation. Also, last summer, I accidentally photobombed a wedding shoot. I ended up helping the photographer, and the couple loved it. It was hilarious, stressful, but rewarding.
I can imagine. That's a great story. It shows humor, adaptability, and creativity, all valuable in a team.
Exactly. Life's too short to take everything too seriously, even at work.
Handling pressure/time management. How do you manage tight deadlines or multiple tasks?
I prioritize tasks based on urgency and impact. I use digital tools to track progress and avoid multitasking when precision is required. Also, I communicate proactively if deadlines seem unrealistic. It's better to ask for guidance than risk missing something critical.
Perfect. Organization plus communication is the key. Many candidates underestimate proactive communication.
I've learned that early alerts prevent crises later.
Let's discuss salary expectations. What are your thoughts?
Based on my research and experience level, I'm expecting a range of $60,000 to $70,000 annually. But honestly, the role and opportunities for growth are more important to me than the number alone.
That's a very balanced answer. Shows you've researched, but also value the role itself.
Yes, I believe a mutually beneficial arrangement is more sustainable than focusing solely on numbers.
Good approach. It's always better to show flexibility along with realistic expectations. Ending the interview. Closing phrases. Well, Jack, that covers most of my questions. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, actually. What's your favorite part about working here?
I'd say the people. The team is collaborative and supportive, and we have some hilarious office traditions that make work fun.
Sounds like a great environment. I'd love to be part of a team like that.
You'd fit right in.
Thank you, Emma. I really appreciate your time and insights today.
You're welcome, Jack. We'll be in touch soon. And good luck.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you.
Teaching moment and vocabulary recap.
Conflict resolution phrases. I ended up combining ideas. I suggested a compromise. I listened to different perspectives.
Handling mistakes phrases. I immediately informed my supervisor. I implemented additional testing. I documented the error.
Salary discussion phrases. Based on my research, I'm expecting a range. Opportunities for growth are more important.
Ending interview phrases. Do you have any questions for me? Thank you for your time and insights. I look forward to hearing from you.
Wrap up. Vocabulary review.
Wrap-up conversation, reflecting on the interview. Jack, before you go, I want to say you handled this interview really well, confident, calm, and honest.
Thank you, Emma. I really enjoyed this conversation. It felt more like a discussion than an interview.
I'm glad. That's exactly what we aim for. Interviews can be stressful, but showing your personality helps a lot.
Yes, and I think it's important to connect on both professional and personal levels. It makes the discussion more natural and memorable.
Agreed. And you definitely left a good impression, even with the pizza comment.
I knew that would be my highlight.
Noted. Key takeaways. Teaching moment.
Key takeaways. Teaching moment.
First impressions matter. Smile, maintain eye contact, and greet warmly.
Example. Good morning, Emma. It's great to meet you.
Answer questions with structure. The STAR method works well. Situation, task, action, result. Shows clarity and confidence.
Be honest about weaknesses. Show reflection and improvement. Avoid generic answers like, I work too hard.
Behavioral questions. Show problem solving, teamwork, and learning from mistakes. Use real-life examples with emotional cues and outcomes.
Salary discussion. Research first, give a realistic range, but stay flexible. Balance professionalism with enthusiasm for the role.
Closing questions. Always ask something meaningful. Team culture, values, or personal experiences. Shows interest and engagement.
Emis and Eminenth are two of the afternoon volleys.
Sharon. Vocabulary and useful expressions. Greetings. Icebreakers. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for having me. I am excited to discuss this opportunity. Answering behavioral questions. I suggested a compromise. We ended up combining ideas. I immediately informed my supervisor. Handling tricky questions. I've learned to balance it by listening more. Opportunities for growth are more important than numbers. Ending the interview. Do you have any questions for me? Thank you for your time and insights. I look forward to hearing from you. Expressions to show personality. I think conflicts are opportunities to learn different perspectives. Life's too short to take everything too seriously. I prefer learning from mistakes rather than ignoring them. Autono. Carone. Thank you again, Emma. This was really helpful and fun, too. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And who knows, maybe you'll be the new team member I get to tease about pizza someday.
I'll take that challenge very seriously.
Good. We'll be in touch soon. Take care, Jack.
You too, Emma. Goodbye.
That's it for today's job interview conversation in English. Remember, confidence, preparation, and showing your personality matter as much as your answers. Practice these phrases, STAR responses, and light humor to make your interviews natural and memorable. If you enjoyed this cinematic Emma and Jack style interview tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more English learning videos.